Hi viewers, welcome to my channel. This is Sridhar again. I'm going to answer your questions. So I got around 167 requests for me to answer your questions, but it's not practically possible to write answers for all those questions. So I thought I should post a quick video to answer some of the questions. That is much more comfortable for me rather than writing each and every question. So let me choose some of the best questions. Before that, I would request you to subscribe to my channel and like my videos, as well as click on the bell to get notifications for you to see my videos. So let's proceed to the questions. So I'm going to read some of the questions assigned to me. Do you want to invest in shares for 2 years? What are the tips? That is what he's asking. So let me answer that. Yeah, that's a good question. So 2 years is very less. So I would advise you to go for 5 years, at least minimum 3 years. So some of the stock, my favorite stock would be Reliance. So you have to pile it up on every correction. So buy more Reliance stock on every correction. So there is a chance that it might go to 1600, 1700 levels if there is a huge market correction. So when it reaches 1750, start buying in small numbers till it reaches the bottom. In steel sector, I would like to suggest JSW Steel and Tata Steel, where there is a slowly demand is increasing in the infrastructure sector. Like there is a demand for building more infrastructure projects, so the demand for steel will be increasing slowly. So I would suggest you to go for Tata Steel and JSW Steel. There are good players in this field. On every tips, keep accumulating the stock. So wait for the tips. And also in other sector like banking, you can go for Canara Bank and public sector. It's a good valuation right now. You can go and buy it on every dip. You can make good money after 2 to 3 years. So the balance sheet is getting cleaned up, and it will start performing well in the next few quarters. So that's a good bet. And also you can go for SBI. In the private sector bank, you can go for Kotak and Axis Bank, even ICICI Bank. And for next 3 years, you keep buying in small numbers on the suggested stock. So what are the low risk investment options in stock market? This question is asked by Live Talks. So there is nothing called low risk investment. See, these days bank doesn't give you enough interest for the fixed deposits. I don't suggest, because the inflation, future inflation doesn't give you smart returns. So for your investments to grow, I'll suggest you go for a systematic investment plan in mutual funds, which gives you good yield, 8% per year yield. So invest for 5 years in 3 different mutual funds like Mirae Asset Large Cap Fund, HDFC Nifty 50 fund. You can also buy other sector hybrid funds, which will give you smart returns. So that is much safer these days rather than going for fixed deposits. Hope I answered this question. And Rakesh Ganshala has asked this question: is it safe to invest in mutual funds? So this is subsequent to my previous answer. Mutual fund systematic investment plan is always safe. If you go for 5 years, your funds is much safer than the current stock market. If you invest in stock market for 1 month, it's not sure that you will get the required returns. So I suggest you go for very good mutual funds as a systematic investment plan that will give you good, smart returns in next 5 years. So you start with 1000 rupees in 3 funds, say 3000 diversified into 3 top funds. As I mentioned in the previous question, you can try out Mirae Asset Large Cap Fund, HDFC Large Cap Fund, and one hybrid fund, which will give you good returns. Maybe ICICI Prudential or Aditya Birla fund, small cap fund, or mid cap fund. So these are the funds I suggest you go and enroll it. So hope I answered your question. Let me choose some other question. What are some good stocks to invest right now for the next 2 to 3 months to get a 10 to 20% gain? I'm not sure. Nitesh Verma. Okay, if you want 10 to 20% gain next 3 months, I would suggest you start buying Reliance from the current level. Still, in further correction also you can keep accumulating and wait for 3 months. Average the price. Definitely it will reach 2100 to 2150, and definitely you can not get 20%, but you can get 8 to 10%, maybe up to 15% you can get. If you start buying at the lower levels, not from the current levels, you buy in small quantity at the current levels, wait for the further dips. Definitely it might go to some 1700 levels. If you can buy more at 1700 levels and sell it to 2150 levels, so you can make 400 rupees per share if you buy at 1700 levels. So you have to patiently wait for the Reliance to reach 1700. So if you buy 10 shares, 10 into 400 rupees, you make 4000 rupees. So you would have invested around 17,000 rupees. That is definitely what you want. 10 to 20%. So that is the strategy. Invest at 1750 levels and sell it at 2100 levels, where you will get it 2100 levels. So you can sell it at 2100 levels, which will be around 18% gain. But you have to understand the risk of the stock market. You will never know when the price will hit 2150. You have to have patience. So I will suggest you have to wait for 6 months rather than 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months is very short term. Currently the stock market has gone up considerably. It is due for a big correction. So wait for the correction to enter into stock. If you buy at current levels, you have to wait further. No, you will not get the returns in 2 to 3 months, but you will get the returns in 6 months. Hope I answered this question. Thanks Nishant Verma for asking this question. And a very important question asked by Gurlin S. See, he has asked how can you buy the shares on US exchange from India? See, before I answer this question, you should understand the risk of investing in unknown avenues. See, if you are sure about the known avenues, you can always make good returns. But when you invest yourself in foreign countries, you should also understand the risk of the RBA restrictions, government restrictions, how the transfer happen. You cannot transfer much. There are restrictions to transfer from US to India. So a lot of things. So it's better that you avoid this. Better you invest in Indian stock markets. So that is what I suggest. So don't take unnecessary risk. Your capital should be preserved, because US market also has gone up considerably. There is a big correction overdue, so don't burn your fingers. Okay, I'm going to answer the last question. I think I already answered a similar question. What stocks are you investing in 2021? Rahul Godgi, you can listen to my previous answers like Reliance, JSW Steel, banks. You have Canara Bank, Axis Bank, Kotak Bank. These are the good stocks to buy. And I'll take one more question. Sorry, excuse me. How do I start investing as an early investor? Okay, that's a good question. See, if you're age around 23, this is the right time to stop your investments. Right time to buy the investments like quality stocks. You can always buy the Nifty 50 stocks at the lower levels and accumulate any of the Nifty 50 stocks. It has its value. And also you can start a mutual fund systematic investment plan for a very long time. See, now you are 20. If you are 23 means you are retiring at 58 means you open one fund for 1,000 rupees for your retirement. So keep investing for 35 years. At the time of retirement, you will get a huge amount. I swear. So one for your the emergency purpose, one fund for emergency purpose, one fund for retirement, and one fund for your children education, and one fund for your uh, family purposes, for any emergency funds. So I have diversified funds for specific family events, and one fund for your future, that is for your requirement. So as a early investor, you can start investing in mutual funds in a systematic investment plan, as I already discussed in the questions. So you can refer those mutual funds to buy. Okay. So thank you very much for listening to my answers patiently. So you can subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell to get more updates to you as I answer more questions. So I hope this way it's easy for me to answer all the questions. So instead of writing to lesser number of questions, it's easy to answer more number of questions. That is why I'm posting a video. Thank you very much once again, and take care. Take care of your family, take care of your investment, take care of your capital. Don't burn your fingers by just blindly investing in any of the stock market. So please keep your emotions down and be smart investor all through your life. Be safe. Thank you.